Question DS. Is A plus B greater than 0? Condition 1, A is greater than absolute value of B. Condition 2, B is less than 0. Solution. Let's solve this DS question using the variable approach. Let's apply the 3 steps suggested previously. Follow the first step of the variable approach by modifying and rechecking the original condition and the question. We have to find out whether A plus B is greater than 0. Follow the second and the third steps. From the original condition, we have 2 variables, A and B. To match the number of variables with the number of equations, we need 2 more equations. Since conditions 1 and 2 will provide 1 equation each, C would most likely be the answer. Recall 3 principles and choose C as the most likely answer. Let's take a look at conditions 1 and 2 combined. They tell us that A is greater than absolute value of B, and B is less than 0. Then, by the third observation, we have A is greater than absolute value of B equals negative B, which gives A is greater than negative B, or A plus B is greater than 0 and yes as the answer. The answer is unique, yes. So both conditions combined are sufficient by the common mistake type 1, which means that the answer must be in terms of a unique yes or no. Thus, C seems to be the answer. However, since this question is an absolute value question, which is also one of the key questions also by tip 4, the trivial conditions usually is not the answer. That is, C is not the answer. We should apply CMT for A, which states that if the answer C is found too easily, either A or B should be considered as an answer. Therefore, let's check each condition. Condition 1 tells us that A is greater than absolute value of B. So by the first observation, A is greater than absolute value of B is greater than equal to negative B. And by the second observation, A is greater than negative B, or A plus B is greater than 0, or yes. The answer is unique, yes, so the condition is sufficient by the common mistake type 1, which means that the answer must be in terms of a unique yes or no. Condition 2 tells us that B is less than 0. If A equals 1 and B equals negative 2, we get A plus B equals 1 plus negative 2 equals negative 1 is less than 0, and the answer is no. However, if A equals 3 and B equals negative 2, we get A plus B equals 3 plus negative 2 equals 1 is greater than 0, and the answer is yes. The answer is not unique, so the condition is not sufficient by the common mistake type 1, which means that you get both yes and no as the answer. It is not sufficient. If the question has both C and A as its answer, then A is the answer rather than C according to the definition of DS questions. This question is a 50 to 51 level question and can be solved using the relationship between the variable approach and the common mistake type 3 and 4, A or B. Condition 1 alone is sufficient, so A is the correct answer. Answer A.